Okay, guys, so this is the video on MP7 homework that I promised to make. This is based on the classwork that we were doing, and I just wanted to make this as simple and as straightforward as possible. So I'm going to use the example from class to help you get through the actual homework, which is a separate file, but it's pretty similar for the most part. So I'm just going to reread what I have to do in this example. And it's about data that was gathered from a study in which participants were assigned to one of four conditions based on factors of gender and makeup. Your homework would have the same sort of setup where you have four conditions based on two factors, and each factor would have two levels. So the four conditions in this homework example, this class example, sorry, the four conditions in this class example that I'm going to be working on are female with makeup, female with no makeup, male with makeup, and male with no makeup. And you can see here that we're going to be using these symbols in our spreadsheet to correspond with these different conditions. Each participant in this classwork example gave 5 responses, and their mean score is what indicated a measure of intelligence, and that became the DV for this study. In your homework, you will have questions that were answered based on level of liability, and each of those levels comes with a number and the description attached to it. So maybe one was not liable at all, and 5 was like definitely liable. And when you are transcribing that information into the separate sheets, which I'm going to do later on, you would just be typing that number in the space where you copied and pasted it into those sheets. So that way, when you type the number, it removes the whole description with the number and words and just puts the number in its place, because that's all we want. We want the numbers because the numbers are the DVs. I will repeat that as I go through my examples here. Okay, so let me bring my sheet over. The first thing I'll have to do is filter into separate conditions. So let me make this a little narrow over there. And I'm going to bring this sheet over here. In class MP7. This is it. Alrighty. Here we go. So my example for class has this form responses, and I will have to now highlight cell C, which is where all those symbols are located. Remember I told you about the symbols here. And I will need to make sure that I do what number 1 says, which is to filter into separate conditions. So my first condition, I'm going to look at how I'm filtering, just in case you don't know how to filter. I click in the C column where those symbols are. It's not really necessary to click in the column, but it's fine. I'm just going to expand this window so we can see all of the functions easily. Here's my sort and filter button. Click there and click on filter. And up comes these little drop down boxes. Since I selected this column alone, the filter was only selected for this column. Had I not done that and I click on filter, all the columns would have been highlighted with their own little drop down boxes. It doesn't matter. So long as you are going to filter in the respective column that you're working with, and in my case, it's column C. I think in the homework it's the same column C. So I'm going to filter the first one, which is the hashtag, the £. To do that, I'm going to select all, which deselects all of the buttons. And then I click on the hashtag, and that is the only one that's highlighted. Click on OK, and there we go. All of the hashtags are the only ones that are highlighted. Now, where is my information? Well, I will need to scroll down to get my information. And here it is. You can highlight them right here. Okay. I'm not going to copy the age and all of that, or should I? I don't need it. I'm going to copy that, and I am going to remember now, I just did the hashtag, and the hashtag was male with no makeup, right? Just to make sure it's male with no makeup hashtag. So I'm going to click on the male with no makeup page or the sheet, and I'm already selected in the first cell, and I paste. There we go. Those are my figures for male with no makeup. Now from here, I can easily do an average, which is what I needed to do for my exercise. In your exercise, you don't need to do an average, because in your exercise, all of your information, all of your DV figures are already calculated. It's the number that the participant selected. All right. So yes, just to remind you of my exercise, I am doing this. I'm finding the mean for the individual scores. And so I can go here and just simply click on equals AVE. That starts my function. Double click, and I will highlight what I need right here. Close my parentheses, hit enter, and it gives me my average. And then I'm just going to scroll down here. There you go. And that takes care of that. This is my average. Maybe what I should have done is pasted this in the second row. So I had maybe, there we go. I had enough space to put my AVERAGE. Right? Those are my other scores, but this is the one that I need. And since I'm going to obviously be pasting this into the next level, which is makeup or no makeup, because that's part of my exercise as well. After I'm finished doing the 4 conditions, I will have to, as I see here in my instructions, I will have to go ahead and match the demographics and the DV ratings and so on. So you see here, I have to separate IVs into 2x2 structure, copy and paste. So I'm going to prepare myself for that by going back here and putting my gender and my makeup. Those are my 2 IVs. Of course, since these were males, I can simply put male here and just bring it all the way down, because all of these are males. And these are males with makeups. Oh no, this is no makeup, sorry. So I'm just going to put no makeup. Good. So this takes care of my first separation. All right. Okay, good. Let me make sure that I'm doing this correctly. I had hashtag male with no makeup, hashtag male with no makeup. That was, yes, hashtag male with no makeup. Very good. Okay, and so I'm going to go back to my information here. This is not it. That's the homework. I'm gonna don't save. Close that off. There we go. This is my classwork example. And I go back to the form data where we have all the actual raw data. And now I'm going to go back to that filter button. I'm going to deselect the hashtag and go to the next one, which is the %sign. And the %sign here, they come up. And these are for female with makeup. Female with makeup. So I highlight my information here. Copy. Female with makeup. It's the %sign. Go to that sheet. Click in the second row. There you go. All right. Put in my formula for average. Highlight the row. Close my parentheses, enter. And then I'm going to drag this down from the little green dot right there at the bottom right hand corner of the cell. Bring it all the way down, and it copies and pastes the formula for all of the respective rows. Again, I'm just going to put this up here, AVERAGE, and of course gender and makeup. What's the gender? Female. Click and drag all the way down. Makeup is the makeup condition, MAKEUP, and drag all the way down. And so I'm going to repeat this for the remaining two conditions, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, so now that I have completed each of these conditions, what I'm going to do now, I am going to calculate the mean and standard deviation for each of the scores. So in this condition, this is the female with makeup condition. I can calculate the mean simply by typing in equals average and just highlight all the values here. Close my parentheses, enter. That's my mean. And my standard deviation, I can type in the standard deviation formula, equals STD EV.S, and highlight the respective column, close parentheses, enter. And so that gives me the standard deviation and the mean for this condition. To make these numbers more in line with the values we have, so I'm going to reduce them to 2 decimal places. I'm going to decrease decimal. There we go. All right, so this takes care of the first. I will do this for the remaining 3 and then pick up again when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, so I have just completed all 4 means and standard deviations in the respective conditions. Female with makeup, female with no makeup, male with makeup, male with no makeup. Okay, so let's see how far I've reached in the set of tasks that I have to do. Okay, so I found the mean and individual scores, did that. I filtered and separated into separate conditions, did that, and copy and pasted into the respective sheets. I separated the IVs into the 2x2 structure. And now I'm going to copy and paste into the according sheets, the respective sheets, meaning I'm going to paste into IV1 and IV2. So in my case, I have makeup and no makeup, right? So all the makeup uh, figures will come here, and all the no makeup figures will go in this sheet. And I will repeat the process of taking those means and standard deviations in the respective sheets. Let me demonstrate for the first one. So all the makeups. So I'm going to go to female with makeup first. It's right here. I only need the average, of course. I can copy these. Now, copying from a sheet that has a formula and transferring it to another sheet could be problematic. For instance, I just used the average formula to calculate the average on this sheet. And now I'm copying and pasting it onto another sheet. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I may have to transfer this into maybe Jamovi or some other non-affiliated program and then transfer it back again. But let's see if it works. Oop, you see what I mean? So here I have ref. That clearly, I don't want that at all. So I'm going to have to undo this and maybe copy and paste into something like Jamovi. So let me open Jamovi just to give me a bit of cushion. All right, that way I wouldn't have any formulas copied into Jamovi. And Jamovi comes like the laundry, sort of sanitizes it. So I'm going to paste it here. There you go. So this is it in Jamovi. It's not bothered at all. And maybe what I'll do is paste the other set of information. So we have female makeup. I'm going to go with male makeup, male with makeup. Going to go to that sheet. Copy this one. Make sure I bring it over as well. Copy. There's Jamovi. Go. Right here. Paste. Good. So now that it's in this Jamovi folder, which by the way, this is not the analysis just yet. This is just for me to, remove that formula stuff so that now I can copy and paste it again and put it all back in Excel in that other sheet. That shouldn't be a problem at this point. Just make sure that this is done properly. Copy. Okay. Seems to be a bit tricky. Might have been better off pasting this into Word or something. But I'm already in Jamovi. Right. Okay. Right. Come on now, Jamovi. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. Okay. Let me try this one more time. If it does not work, then I'm going to have to find some other way of doing this. Okay. copy. And now I go back to Excel, go back into the makeup, and I'm going to click on paste this time. Oh, there you go. Wonderful. So I've been able to transfer all of my information for makeup with the female and male. And so now I'm going to do my mean and standard deviation. For the mean, MEAN, and standard deviation, STD, DEV. I'm just going to keep it with the numbers on the left side since the numbers are on the left side here already. So equals AVERAGE, open parentheses. I just scroll up to the top and click and bring down. Just drag all the way down. And I want to find the mean for all of these values. I'm going to stop right where it ends. There you go. A2 to A70. All right, that's my mean. And for the standard deviation, equals STD EV.S. And again, it's from A2 to A70. A2, 70. All right, and make sure that my decimals are nearest hundredth. Perfect. And so I do this again, this time for the no makeup category. All right, the no makeup category. So what I decided to do, since I needed to transfer these figures with the formulas and stuff into Jamovi so that I can paste them into this new sheet, I said to myself, why not just keep those figures that I transferred in Jamovi one time? They're already separated in their respective categories, you know, IV1, IV2, and you have the DV. So it's perfect. So I just did the same now with the no makeup categories. I'm going to highlight that bunch right here. Right, so this is the no makeup group. And these are the ones now that I'm going to take with me. I'm going to take with me, copy, paste this into the no makeup sheet. Copy and no makeup. Here we go. This is splendid. I just broaden these a little bit so that we can fit them nicely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so this is perfect. I can now go ahead and do my mean and my standard deviation. All right. Equals, which this is A2 to A50. So I started in the second row. A2 to A50. Yep. And of course my standard deviation A2 to A50. Right. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to reduce my decimals to 2 decimal places to the nearest hundredth. Perfect. That's my mean and standard deviation for the no makeup, and I have my mean and standard deviation for the makeup. So as far as my um, tasks are going, I've done number 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I am going to combine them into that merged for Jamovi sheet, which, if you really check it out, I've already done, because when I was transferring the individual conditions, I did not remove them. I just kept them there. So wherever I stopped, I just clicked in the next row and continued pasting. And so now they're all there, right? For my Excel sheet, I would still merge them because I need to have this overall standard deviation and mean. So I'll do that here. So here we go with makeup, female and male, copy. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. I don't need the mean and standard deviation, copy. And I go here, merge for Jamovi, paste. Beautiful. Then I come back for the no makeup part and I do the same. Copy, right up to there, and paste. Continue from where I left off in the merge for Jamovi sheet. Perfect. Now this looks a little bit awkward because some of these rows are larger than the others. So I'm just going to spread this out a bit. And just to make it a little uniform, highlight everything and click on format and auto fit row height. Makes everything nice and neat. Good. So I have all of my information, all of my data, my relevant data right here. Now, if I had not posted anything into Jamovi as yet, this is what I would be posting into Jamovi in its entirety. Copy and paste. Hey, what happened there? I made a mistake and clicked on that. See that autofill option? So I'm going to undo that. So make sure that I don't. Yeah, what I did, I clicked on that little green thing and brought it down. And so that changed everything. So keep your eyes open. You don't want to make mistakes like that. Okay, so now everything is back. So yeah, as I was saying, if I had not posted anything into Jamovi as yet, I would have clicked and copied all of this. All right, copied, copy, and I would then go in Jamovi and paste. All right, I would have started at the very top right here and pasted. But since I already have all this information from when I was copying and pasting the individual conditions, I don't have to worry about that again. So I will return to my Excel sheet and finish what I had to do for Excel, which is to calculate the mean and standard deviation for this entire set of data. Right, the mean equals average, and highlight all that I need from A2 all the way down to A119. So that means I have 118 records in this file. Let me see if Jamovi has the same number, 118 rows or records. Yep. So I am on track. I'm doing the right thing. I have not missed any records. Okay, standard deviation equals standard dev dot s and highlight again from A2 to A119. Good. Enter. Okay. And these figures I may most likely see when I do my my Jamovi analysis. Okay, good. So this is it for my Excel work. This is the Excel work completed. This is what you would save and submit to me through the portal, through the MP7 portal. All right. Likewise, you will also conduct your Jamovi analysis. I would like to see it. Conduct your Jamovi analysis. And of course, to do that, let's maybe start with a bit. Well, we're going to do the ANOVA first. So ANOVA. Ooh, sorry, we have not yet labeled our data. So let's do that. A is the, let's click on that. A is the score, intelligence. B was the gender, right? And that has two levels. It's a nominal field, nominal variable. And this one is the makeup. Right? And we have the two levels here, makeup and non-makeup. Again, nominal. Good. So our fields are labeled. We can close this up. Now we go back, analyses, ANOVA, and now we can pull our factors over here and our intelligence DV here. And there we go. This is our ANOVA analysis. We have makeup, which is clearly significant, and gender, which is also significant. Both p-values are less than 0.05, and the makeup and gender interaction is not significant. That is above 0.05. To get some post hoc analysis for makeup, for gender, right? We're doing the Tukey post hoc analysis. And what this shows us here is that there is clearly a difference between makeup and no makeup. And there's clearly a difference between between gender, female and male. All right. These would be even more informative. These types of analyses will be more informative when you have many more levels. Now, let's say, for instance, I try makeup and gender interaction. I brought it over here just to see what it looks like. It's not necessary since it was not significant in the first place. But look at how the post hoc comparisons allow you to compare each level with the other. So for instance, makeup female. So this is female with makeup being compared with males with makeup. Is that significant? You betcha. It is 0.03, which is less than 0.05. So clearly there is a significant difference between females with makeups and males with makeup. There is a significant difference in intelligence because that was our DV. What about female in makeup with female with no makeup? That's not significant. Female with makeup and male with no makeup. That's not significant. So you're getting to see where the exact significant differences really exist between which two sets of conditions. All right. The next one that is significant is male with makeup and female with no makeup. All right, there you go. So those are the two that are significant. And estimated marginal means. We're going to do a plot for this. We're going to bring makeup over here into that first space. Notice how it generates a plot just for makeup. Error bars. They don't seem to overlap, which sort of validates the point up here that makeup is, there's a significant difference in that. If we were to do one strictly for gender, let's do that. And you see here, we're going to get a makeup estimated marginal means plot. Right? This is not overlapping. So you can see here, it sort of validates this result up here that makeup, is also exhibiting a significant difference. Now, what about the interaction? What about if we were to put both of them here? So I'm just going to click on makeup, hold down my shift button, click on gender, and bring them over into that term 3 space so that they're there together. Let's see if they interact at all. If they're interacting, they should cross each other. And look at that, no crossing. So you can see that this almost parallel arrangement is, again, verifying this result up here, that the makeup and gender interaction is not significant. If that interaction were significant, you more than likely would have seen an interaction or intersecting of these two charts. As a matter of fact, they may not have even intersected, but they certainly would have had different slopes, and they would appear as if they would at some point reach each other. Okay, so this is it for the Jamovi. You would save your Jamovi, save as, whatever, and attach that to your MP7 submission. And that's it, guys. Okay, so hope to see your submission soon. Take care. Bye-bye.